So you have to win that war in your mind. You're going through a process right now where there are constant conflicting thoughts that go through. There are different versions of yourself that are weaker than who you are now that are trying to pull you down. We call this your lower self. Different things that you indulge in that are damaging you, and it's all up here. Your mind is the most powerful thing that you can ever have. It's literally a supercomputer that was given to you for free that you can program to be able to have massive success. But first you need to win that war in your mind. The war in your soul, the war that inner child that was damaged when you were younger, right? That had those limiting beliefs. You know those limiting beliefs that you have, like, oh, I can't make enough money, or oh, I'm not good enough, or oh, I can't talk to that girl. Those war in your mind consistently that you have to fight. You have to fight these thoughts. You have to correct these thoughts. If you're not consistently going to war in your mind, you're going to be losing. Because these battles occur, and if you don't address them, if you don't actually deal with these things that are going through your head and confront them and be aware of them, see, the biggest reason why you're going through war in your mind right now is because you're not aware of how your mind works. You're not aware of the thoughts that are consistently attacking you all the time. The thoughts that you have about, I'm not good enough, or I can't do this, or this wasn't for me. These are all limiting beliefs. That's the biggest boss in your mind, is limiting beliefs in your subconscious mind. You have to start understanding that you have subconscious things that occur that are keeping you from getting to where you want to go. So if you constantly have this war in your mind and you're fighting it, you have to learn how to win. That inner weakling that you have that tells you that you can't do this, or you can't get this last set at the gym, or I don't feel like going to the gym today, or oh, I need to sleep in. That is the inner weakling that's fighting you, and you're letting this weakling beat you, which means you're not strong, which means you don't actually have control over your mind. You need to win the war of your mind to have control of your mind, because the minute you can control this powerful supercomputer that was given to you is the minute that you will start to see so many things happen in your life that are positive, that are good. But it all starts with that battleground that's in your mind every day, every hour. It is mentally draining, but the minute that you can actually start to win these wars, to win these battles, to then overall win the entire thing and conquer your mind, you will consistently fall behind, especially as a man. Our minds are some of the most powerful arenas that we can step into, where you see some of the craziest final bosses that you have to go against all the time, right? The final boss of doubt, the final boss of fear. Fear is one thing that holds people back the most, and it all starts up here. You have to fight it here before you can start to see the results of you winning that war on fear, which means you will be able to go do whatever you want to go do without thinking about whether you're going to fail. And again, fear comes from limiting beliefs and attaching yourself to outcomes, attaching yourself to things that you want to happen, right? You have to win the war of your alternative self, or your ego, right? Your ego, sometimes you have to fight against the ego to be able to achieve what you want to achieve, right? So that way you don't have that limiting belief, like, oh, I can't do this, because you don't know what the outcome is. You don't understand. Like, you have to fight against these things. It's normal, because the more you fight against it, the more you go to war in your mind, the stronger your mind gets. The more your mind becomes an iron garden that you have, right? But you're weak because you don't want to fight these things. You allow these things to continue to ruminate in your mind. You allow the things that people tell you about yourself to now consume your mind. And now you have something that's eating at you every single day. And you wonder why you're not strong. You wonder why things aren't working for you, because you're not able to go to war in your mind. You're not able to confront these things that your mind is telling you. Because you have to understand, the mind and the body, all they want to do is go towards the path of least resistance. You have to fight that and go towards the path of resistance and push through. You have to push through those barriers. You have to push through those struggles. You have to push through those difficulties. And you right now that's watching it, you may not have wanted to do that for a while. You may have been pushing that off. You may have been going towards the path of least resistance because that's comfort. See, your mind always is programmed, because of society, because of how you grew up, to seek comfort. It's the same reason why your parents, people that you love, will tell you not to go take this risk, because they want you to be comfortable. They want you to be safe. You as a man, you have to go against that and go towards the things that are unknown. Go towards the risk, because the more that you attack risk, the more that you attack that safety net in your mind, the stronger you will be as a man. But you need to go through that process first to then see what you need to do and actually achieve what you need to achieve. Try this out. Really go to war in your mind. Imagine that you're in a battle with all of these negative thoughts that you have, with all of these limiting beliefs that you have, with all of these different perspectives that don't make sense for you. Change your perspective. Changing your perspective is a war in itself that you can defeat by essentially being aware of it. See, the soldier in the battle that is aware of his surroundings, that is aware of what's going on, is going to win that battle a lot more likely than the soldier who is not aware of any of his surroundings. He doesn't know where his enemies are. He doesn't even know who his enemies are. He's just moving around the battlefield and then he gets shot and he dies. See, that is the war of the mind. You need to be aware. Awareness is the biggest thing that you need to develop so that you can actually change your situation, change your perspective, which will then change your outcomes. It will change your environment. It will change the external things that are going on. So I hope this was helpful for you, but I want to see you go to war with your mind every day. Every day you wake up, all of the things that are holding you back, confront them and correct them. Correct the negative into the positive, and utilize the negative as fuel to get where you want to get to. Anger, pain, all of that, those are things that you need to fight in your mind and take them and turn them into your slave, turn them into something that you can utilize to be able to move forward, to be able to do more, to be able to have the energy to move forward. So I hope this helped. You need to be mentally jacked. You have to. Like, comment, subscribe, share with a friend that needs this. But this is important. We as men, we need to go to war with our minds, because our minds will be able to, that is your biggest barrier right now. That's the biggest thing that you need to work on. That's the biggest thing that's keeping you from getting where you need to go. Not anything else, but it's your mind. So I'm gonna catch you on the next video.